What is up, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family? So everyone is panicking about the stock market and all these different things and complaining about situations of what's going on in the economy and what's going on in the world and tariffs and all this stuff. So I'm going to start this video off by giving some reference point of just how childish and immature and lacking foresight and having the vision for the future people are, right? So I'm going to say this. So we have in the Bible, if you study Genesis, you had Moses setting the children of Israel free after Joseph had died. And Joseph also obviously brought his father's people over to help them and in Egypt. And after the Pharaoh that was Joseph was serving under had passed away, a new Pharaoh came in, took charge, and started to enslave the people of Israel because he didn't know why his father or the Pharaoh before him had loved the people of Israel so much, so on and so forth. But then we get to the point where they finally were set free and everyone was excited and everything was great. And then they get into the wilderness and they start complaining. And they're saying stuff like, "Oh, we should have stayed in Egypt even though we were slaves, because at least we had this and at least we had that." Now, for those who don't know, the reason they were in the wilderness is because they were walking towards the land of milk and honey. This would be what has become the land where Israel is right now. But it was essentially a blessed land that God has set aside for his people. But the entire time on the way there, they were complaining. They were crying. "Oh, I mean, we were slaves, but still, we had this and we had that, and they would feed us. And you're giving us manna from heaven, and it's not real food, and it's not this, and it's not." Man, people love complaining on the path to greatness. Most of the reason why people don't achieve anything in this life is because they don't want to achieve anything in this life. People just want to complain. People just want to find a reason to complain about something. They want to look towards something to complain about so they can feel justified in their lack of success in life. Just like we had the tale of the talents in the Bible, you have one person given 5, one person given 2, one person given 1. The person with 5 multiplied his talent to become 10. The person with 2 multiplied that talent to become 4. And the person with 1 buried their talent. And they said the reason they buried it is because they didn't want the master to take credit. Did you know that in 2016, when President Trump won the election, the stock market dipped as well? Did you know that by the end of his term, the economy was so good that people are giving credit for Barack Obama and saying that was because he left the economy in a great position? But in 2016, they were complaining. They were saying, "Oh, I can't believe he crashed the economy and this and that." We're basically repeating the same thing and people don't freaking learn anything. All of this complaining. And I'm seeing grown men complain about someone trying to do something so your child can have a future. But that doesn't matter, because most of the adults, and this is as someone who's 32 years old, and this is just something I've learned, right? This is something I've learned growing up. Most of the adults don't give a damn about the future that is left for the children. They don't care. They just want to get what they want to get right now. 100%. It's all about them. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that over the last 2 years, people have been warning that Social Security is going to be insolvent within 8 to 10 years, before Trump was even in office, right? But now people are saying, oh, leave our Social Security alone. What? So you just really love to complain, right? Everyone is going crazy over the stock market, and most of these people are not invested in the stock market. But they're saying, experts are saying this, and experts are saying, you know who these experts are? These investment firms with all the richest people that you supposedly don't like. You don't like the rich. But all of a sudden you'll care when they're complaining and saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. The reason most of these investment firms are complaining is because they operate on margin. What that means is, if you have $100,000 in your bank account, they can lend you $200,000. Most of these people are being lent money. And now when the stock market dips, they have to pay back that money, and that's why they're complaining. Most of the people, regular people, we are not really affected. The stock market goes down, it goes up, it goes down. This is supposed to be a long-term thing. We are supposed to be working towards 10, 15 years of investments to be able to accumulate wealth. But everyone wants it very quickly. No one wants to put in the work, and everyone wants it easy. Y'all are like children. Okay? I don't care how old you are, you can be from 1 to 100. Y'all behave like children, especially the men. Y'all have no vision, no foresight. You can't even see the possibilities of what could be happening and the greatness and the great things that could be happening, because y'all are just so busy being fucking feminine. Ooh, starting to get irritated. Y'all are so busy acting like women. And not to insult the women, but there's a difference between men and women. Men have the big picture. Women are very detail oriented. That is the balance. When a man with a big vision gets with a woman that's very detail oriented, everything works out smoothly to get to the vision. But in a world where the women are rebellious and then the men are joining the women, instead of saying, hey, this is what we're working towards, this is where we could be, rather than saying that, they join the women in complaining. Do we not learn anything? Isn't that the same situation that Adam and Eve, for the Christians, right? I'm Christian. Let's see what happened with Adam and Eve. Eve operated apart from her husband, talked with a serpent. The serpent lied to Eve and told Eve that if she ate of the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, she would become like God when she already was like God, right? Then Adam comes along and he listens to his wife when he was the one that was given the instruction not to eat of the fruit. Eve wasn't around. Eve was not around when the instruction was given to Adam. But he listened to his wife. And so now women have to deal with their period, and now men have to work and work until we die. Which I'm not complaining about. I'm really not. I love working, knowing that if the people in my life need me, I can be there for them. That is my ultimate goal. That is the man that I want to be, someone who is reliable, someone who, you know what, if everything goes wrong, I know Julius is going to be there. That is my goal. So I don't have the time to complain like the rest of y'all. I'm looking towards the future, and I see the possibilities for the future. That said, if everyone doesn't want any tariffs, they don't want any of these things, they don't want Trump to do anything, what is the solution? And I'm talking to the men. What is the solution? As a man, show me your masculinity. Give me your solution. Or you don't have any, do you? It's fascinating when it comes to this one party. This is nothing but complaining. Like no one comes up with a solution to make someone say, "Oh, actually, that's a really good idea." Instead of doing my idea, I'm gonna go with your idea. There's none of that. No one's bringing up any solution. There's no problem solving skills involved in any of this. It's just a bunch of itching with the bee, right? That's all I see is a bunch of people complaining and whining. Ah, man. Life is hard. Life is complicated. But I am not the type of person to complain about someone doing something when something has to be done if I don't have a better solution. I'm sorry. I no. All right. We're in this situation we're in because Clinton sent all of our jobs overseas to benefit those countries, and everyone was excited because it seemed like it was going to be great for the economy. We got some money from it. Around the same time, Chicago sold off the streets. Not around the same time, but like come to 2008, Chicago sold off the streets, because for like $1 billion, and now Chicago is poor and they're in a $1 billion budget deficit, and all of the money that they're getting from the streets, if they want to do a parade, they have to call another company in another country to be able to get permission to be able to run a parade. Every time people pay for parking in the Chicago streets, that money is going to another company in another country. It's fascinating how people are so short-minded. You win a lottery and they say, "Oh, you can have more money if we do like kind of like a monthly type of payment plan type of thing. We'll give you money monthly, or you can do a lump sum and lose on 80% of the money." And most people take the lump sum. Most people don't have the vision. They want everything right now. It's so weak, man. It's so weak. Y'all bury your talents and then complain about the situation y'all are in. I grow so tired of people just complaining about shit, man. It's so exhausting. Y'all leave me alone with that stuff, man. Leave me alone. Continue to complain because I know regardless of how situation turns out, y'all will complain. It's just in your nature to complain. I don't have the time. I'm trying to be a man that is reliable. If you want to be a man that's reliable, you don't have the time to complain. You are in this situation you're in. You have to find a solution to get out of that situation. And that's all there is to it. I'm just trying to be great. So y'all continue to complain. I'm just going to continue to be great. And we're just going to continue to be great. And the country is going to continue to be great. And once we get to the end and all the stuff y'all have been complaining about has been resolved, I know y'all will continue to complain anyway. Because that's what you do. That's what you do. It started with the egg prices and he said everything is going to go down right away. Well, the prices are down. But y'all are still complaining. See my point? You would just look for the next thing to complain about. Because that's all you do. If y'all could get paid for being complainers, y'all would be rich as hell. But that's all I have to say about this. Good luck. Good complaining. Hopefully the people who are empowering you to complain will continue, will pay your bills and do all of that so you can be great too. Because I want everyone to be great. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one.